is love. Shoelaces untied, you can't dry your eyes. Perfect shadows lie behind us. This day I'll make you mine. Where your hair lies, sometimes unrecognized. For another day on the train, nothing to say, you're still in time. You are the one I've been waiting for today. Here comes the sun that's been waiting on today. Lately I've lost my tongue. Day you find the sun. I know how not wrong. Thank God you came along. You are the one I've been waiting for today. Here comes the sun that's been waiting on today. You looked right through me. There was no one else sat beside you. Came myself.
Dear friends and family, we are assembled here in the presence of these witnesses in our shared divinity to celebrate the joining of Jamie and Melody in the unity of marriage. There are no obligations sweeter, more tender, or more real than those that you are about to assume. There are no vows more sacred than those that you are about to make. There is no human institution more valuable than the home that you will keep together. True marriage is the pinnacle of all earthly relationships. The state of matrimony is based on this deep, invisible union of two souls who seek to find in each other a true companion. Do you understand the sacred nature of this? Who gives this woman in marriage?
Her mother, Renee.
Everybody can be seated, please. Today, my baby sister gets married. And if I don't cry too much, we'll get through this together. To one very lucky man. Melody, Jamie, thank you for allowing me to participate in your special day. I've had the honor of officiating many wedding ceremonies, and they're all very special. But not a single one of them were as special as this one. What is there to say about Melody or Jamie that all of you here don't already know? Melody is a force of nature. Her loyalty is as fierce as her heart is large. For all of my life and for all of Warren and Grace's lives, tougher than I thought it was going to be. And for these past several years since Nicole came into our family, our sissy has always been there for us. When you have a Melody in your corner, you know that you have the best sister, daughter, aunt, and friend that anyone could ever have. Today, we are all so proud to be standing here with you on your special day. You are simply the best, and you simply deserve the best. I honestly don't know if I've ever met anybody as fundamentally good as Jamie V. When I posted my thoughts on Facebook this morning, as I happen to do quite often, I said that Jamie would literally give you the shirt off of his back or the truck out of his driveway. And I meant it because that's exactly the person that Jamie is. Generosity, positivity, compassion are just a few of the wonderful attributes that Jamie represents to all of us who know him. And when we think of Jamie, these are the things that we think about. And of course, his big smile that matches his great big heart. Today, with all his wonderful friends and family present, Jamie and Melody formally join their hearts together. Is there anyone here who can imagine two more loving, caring, generous, or just plain old fun human beings ever finding each other? Because you have each found each other, not only are your own lives more real, and the whole world is a better place for having you both in it. There is another story about becoming real that you may recall from your childhood. It's the story of the Velveteen Rabbit. The little toy rabbit you will remember was the boy's favorite toy in Nana's nursery. Sadly, as the classic story goes, the boy contracted scarlet fever and nearly died. The little rabbit was his constant companion to the dog, giving quite comfort without complaint. Fortunately, the little boy recovered, but everything that he had touched had to be burnt because it was contaminated with the fever and would have been a danger to others. This included the rabbit. But if you've read the story, you know that thankfully the little loyal rabbit was spared. And for all of us who depend on the love of others in our lives, we're so glad that that little rabbit left us the legacy of how to become real and how love makes each one of us real. And wriggled out of that little bag to be burnt and became real through the power of love, just as he'd always wanted to be. And this is the magic of love and marriage. Both people become real through selfless love of the other person. Perhaps it's best if we let the rabbit's best friend, the skin horse, explain to us exactly how all this works. What's real? Asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side in Nana's nursery, before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside of you or a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you were made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you when a child loves you for a long, long time. Not just to play with, but really loves you. Then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or just bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges or who have to be very carefully kept. Generally, by the time you're real, most of your hair's been rubbed off. Sorry, Jamie. And your eyes drop out and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you become real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. I suppose you are real, said the rabbit. And he wished he hadn't said it, for he thought the skin horse might be sensitive. But the skin horse only smiled. The boy's uncle made me real, he said. That was a great many years ago, but once you are real, you can never become unreal. Again, it lasts for always. The rabbit sighed. He thought it would be a long time before this magic called real happened to him. He longed to become real, to know what it felt like, and yet the idea of growing shabby and losing his eyes and whiskers was rather sad. He wished that he could become it without these uncomfortable things happening to him. So we know this story, don't we? We know it because we've lived it in our own lives. We wish we could become real without some discomfort, without some pain, and yes, even without tragedy sometimes entering our lives. But that's just not how it works, either for nursery rabbits or for real live human beings. Melody and Jamie, the challenge before you after today is not to be perfect, or to never have a disagreement, or to automatically know exactly what the other person needs from the other at any given moment. Rather, your challenge is to simply and truly love each other. And just the way the little boy and the Velveteen Rabbit loved each other. Their love was real, and therefore they were real. This is what real marriage means, to love a real person with both words and actions. There will be bumps along the way, I assure you of that, as any married person in this gathering will certainly remind you of as well. And yes, eventually what remains of Jamie's hair will be rubbed off, and Melody's beauty will fade, maybe just a little bit. But if you truly love each other, none of that stuff will matter, except to people who don't understand. Namaste and amen.
But there's one thing left to do, that the weight has lifted, love surely shifted my way. Marry me today and every day. If I ever get enough to say hello in this cafe, say you will, say you will. Together could never be close enough for me. Feel like I am close enough to you. And you're beautiful. That the wait is over. Love is finally showing my way. Marry me today and every day. If I ever get the words to say hello in this cafe, say you will.
Jamie, will you take Melody, whose hand you hold, choosing her alone to be your wedded wife? Will you live with her in the state of true love? Will you help her, comfort her through good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, honor her at all times, and be faithful to her? Melody, will you take Jamie, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone to be your wedded husband? Will you live with him in the state of true love? Will you help him, comfort him through good times and bad, in sickness and in health, honor him at all times, and be faithful to him? I understand that somebody may have some rings.